Hello everyone. It's a lovely day today, right here at the East Ridge Complex in Binangonan, Rizal. Well, in particular, I'm at the area of Village East 3, and right in front of me, I guess that is the golf course, or part of the East Ridge Golf Course, I'm not sure. And over here is a Japanese restaurant. There are actually a number of Japanese restaurants here. The more famous one is in the golf club complex, which is a few meters off there ahead. Anyway, I am here at East Ridge because I will be going to the lot that I managed to win, quote unquote, from Pag-IBIG Fund as part of a negotiated sale. So you might be asking, what's a negotiated sale? Well, that's the purpose of this video right now, in which I will be telling you my story of getting that property and the process I went through. So yeah, I don't have my tripod with me, so I apologize for the shakiness there a bit. But yeah. So, well, first things first, I will begin the story by saying that I've been looking for a property that I'll be eventually settling to for a year now. Well, by the time of this recording, more than a year. But when I won the property, that was almost a year. Yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, the impetus of me looking for a property came in the wake of the pandemic, in which, for one, my current home doesn't have a parking space. And during the pandemic, I realized how important it is for me personally to have a vehicle of my own, after years of commuting. And I never really thought much of getting a car until the pandemic happened and public transport for months was on a halt. So whenever I go to the supermarket, for a long while I had to walk. Fortunately, the supermarket is not far off from my home. But yeah, it was a hassle and a realization for me to finally realize I should get a car. But unfortunately, my current house does not have a parking facility. Look at that, there are plants for sale there actually. Maybe I'll visit there one of these days. So yeah. And another thing was, because of the pandemic, the people who used to, work in the offices had to stay home. And with them staying home, they brought their vices home as well, which is, smoking. And our house was, because of the way the circulation flows in the house, eventually the smoke from the cigarettes were coming in. And my mom especially has a sensitive sense of smell, and she had to live with it. So around August, we were decided to find a new home eventually. So that's how it began. So for the next few months, we were looking for houses. Firstly, hopefully we were looking for a house hopefully near our place in Taytay, so mostly in the Rizal area. But the thing is, there are not much property developments going on in Rizal. And those that are going on, those that are being constructed in Rizal are either too expensive or not enough for our needs. So we eventually were considering moving out. Especially Cavite, where there are lots of residential developments going there. Maybe Bulacan or Batangas, even though my mom did not want to go to Batangas, because it's understandably very far from here in Rizal. But then back in July this year, oh no, maybe it's late June, late June, I saw a lot listed for negotiated sale at the Pag-IBIG Fund acquired assets page. This lot is at 204 square meters and located in Village East 3, which is one of the villages here in Eastridge complex. Now, for one thing, as you can see, Eastridge is quite an exclusive village, in which there are a lot of developments, recreational, some commercial developments, and it's considered a prime property actually. So the idea of seeing a lot in an exclusive village right in Rizal, and more importantly unoccupied, was enough to attract my and eventually my mom's attention. So the first thing we did was to check out the property itself. So the following weekend I made a visit to the property. Sorry about that. It would be my first time to go inside Eastridge itself, so it was an adventure. And actually we did not know where exactly, by the way, the property is, so I asked someone, a real estate agent who deals with properties in the area, and I asked for a map of where the lot is. So fortunately the agent was kind enough to provide me the information. So based on that, I made a guesstimate, so to speak, of where that property is. And true enough, as we will see later, the property is in fact unoccupied. There are, as you'll see later, a lot of trees and a lot of things need to do, but other than that, it was good, so to speak. So for the heck of it, knowing the details are good, and at the same time try as a way to try my luck, since this would be, if ever, my first time to try to avail of a Pag-IBIG acquired asset. So yeah, I made the bid. So it was a Tuesday after that weekend when I went to Pag-IBIG Fund, particularly Pag-IBIG, I think it's the housing department, an acquired assets department, located at JELP building, I think that's the main office of Pag-IBIG in Mandaluyong. So what happens there is that there is a, you don't go inside the Pag-IBIG office itself, but at the lobby of JELP building. So right behind the entrance there's like a parking area, and a bit far off, a few meters away, there is a Pag-IBIG staff who is overseeing drop boxes. There are 2 drop boxes there. One for those who would be making a bid if you were to join the bidding, and the others for negotiated sale, which this property is under. So yeah, I submitted my offer as well as the other requirements. Other requirements, by the way, would be, you can see them at the Pag-IBIG website. When you bid on the property, there's an instructions. There's the file with a list of properties for bidding or negotiated sale. There are the details on how you can join. So so the bidding or the opening of offers for the negotiated sale would be happening the week after, and I was advised that I would know the results by later that week. So advice like maybe like Wednesday or Thursday or Friday of that week, I would be informed if my offer was accepted or not. So then came the following week, and so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday came, and no results came out. I was checking the website and checking my phone for messages, and nothing. And then Thursday came. It was around noontime, right before noon, when I received a message from Pag-IBIG Fund saying that my offer was accepted. Oh yeah, so the property actually was at, the first offer price was like 1.704 million. And my offer price, I bid for it rather, in other words, no, not really bid, but I offered to buy it at 1.983 million. So the good thing about this was, for negotiated sale, you actually get a discount depending on the offer you posted. If you made the offer for cash, you should pay in full, you get a 30% discount. If you offer it for 12 months installment, that's a 20% discount. Finally, if you're going for a long-term installment, long-term installment is like for more than 1 year up to 30 years maximum, depending on what's allowed in your case, you'll get a 10% discount. So that's what I got. So after that 10% discount, I was only going to pay like 1.785 million, which is not bad. It's actually close to the original offer price. So back to the story. I was asked to go to Pag-IBIG on a certain date where I will be signing the acceptance, issuing the notice of award. And since I was intending to put it for a long-term installment for 20 years, so I made my intentions known that I'll be like to avail of the 20 years installment, in which case I would be subject to the application process similar to the Pag-IBIG housing loan. So when I went there, I was given the documents needed for my application for long-term installment, and I was actually given like something like 20 or 30 days to fulfill the requirements for the long-term installment application. But since I already have most of the documents, instead I managed to complete them by the end of the week. So I went to Pag-IBIG on a Tuesday to accept the notice of award and apply for the long-term installment. Then I submitted my applications on Friday that week. Yeah. So after that, there would be like the loan application process takes about 20 working days, wherein they would actually do credit investigation, which that's not a bluff. They do actually do credit investigation, which involves calling. Right, we're almost here. So they would call my employer or your client if you're a freelancer, and most importantly, they would make a visit to where you work. So if you work from home like I do, they will visit the house, and that is no bluff. They actually visited my house and they verified some information. They took photos of my workplace at home, which is a room, but yes, they do that. And then afterwards I was advised to wait for the completion of the application process. So as I mentioned, I submitted my requirements on a Friday. Then so submitted on a Friday, and then Monday my client who's based overseas informed me that there was someone for Pag-IBIG who called them to verify my work details. And then Tuesday, the Pag-IBIG personnel came to personally visit. After that, I did not actually hear anything for like around 2 weeks. That was until almost 2 weeks, until, and then by the third week I received an email from Pag-IBIG that my long-term installment application has been approved, and I was asked to go to the Pag-IBIG office, the same one at JELP, to sign some documents and receive documents related to my availment of the property and loan application. So yeah, the day came. I came on the day they said I should. Signed some documents and waiting for the acceptance of the loan agreement, something like that. And then in return, I got a copy of those long-term agreements. Plus, firstly, there was the copy of the title, which was still under the name of the previous owner. So once I finish the loan term, once I'm fully paid, Pag-IBIG will provide me the original copy of the title. But that title would not be under my name. It would be under Pag-IBIG's name, actually, from what I understand. if a title is another person's name, Pag-IBIG will transfer that title's name under theirs only after I fully paid the loan. So, but for the meantime, I was given a copy of that title, as well as the authority to move in, to present to the homeowners association that I am now the owner of the property, that lot. For the meantime, Pag-IBIG would have shouldered the dues, like the real estate tax and I think the association dues, until I take over. So for this property, for instance, since I got the property officially in August, September, I was already paying for the what they call membership, maintenance fee for the property. And for the real estate property tax, Pag-IBIG would be shouldering it up to this year, and come the following year, I'll be the one paying for the property tax, and I would have to provide Pag-IBIG the copy of the payment I made for the property tax. Yeah, so we're almost here. Just need to relax a bit. So we're almost here, where the site of my lot is. To be honest, there's still not a lot of people living here. In fact, in my block, no one has erected any houses yet, as you can see. Right in this area, there are a couple of houses being built, but it's on the other block, right over there, up ahead. There are actually no markings yet as to which is which with regards to the lot numbers. So I only made an estimate that it's probably around here. In any case, we will be doing a resurvey relocation survey actually of the property to determine where it is in this area, and they will be putting the markers known as mohon to demarcate our property. So that will be the next step, and afterwards I still have to determine the next step, whether I would proceed with constructing the perimeter walls first, or construct it at the same period as a house. And considering the finances, it's going to take a long while, admittedly, but it's actually an adventure that I'm willing to experience, and all the sacrifices that come with it in order to fulfill this project, this dream of mine. So yeah, for now, that is it with this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing my story and the walk we did here, and hopefully I would be able to provide more content related to this. So so you could join me in this journey. Um, till then, take care. Have a good day. Hello everyone, just wanted to do a quick update there since actually that walkthrough video was recorded initially in September, but life got in the way, so I wasn't able to release it soon. So this video you're now seeing is an update of that, as I already completed the relocation survey of the property. That relocation survey was done in October 27th to be exact. And it was not actually just a relocation survey to identify the boundaries of the property, so to speak, but also we requested to do a topographic survey to survey how uneven the land is, because that lot is actually pretty uneven, with some areas a bit higher than others, which could pose a challenge once we would start building the house. And there was no information beforehand on how high some of these parts are. Actually, we were lucky to get that relocation survey done, because the next day or so there was a heavy rainfall because of a storm that passed through this area. So we were fortunate to have it done on quite a sunny day, actually. So yeah, the boundaries have already been identified, and I was already given the relocation and topographic survey maps of the property. So really, the next step would be to consult an architect who would initially build, who would design first the perimeter walls and the gate, because we're planning to start first with the gate and fence. Hopefully by this coming new year, if not the first quarter of the next one, and then followed by the construction of the house itself after 2-3 years, hopefully. As soon as I am able to gather the funds for at least the down payment or the initial costing, as well as the possible unforeseen expenses along the way. So yeah, I hope you continue joining me on this journey. It's going to be a long one, as I said, but hopefully it is worth that long trip towards fulfilling my dream. Thank you and have a good day.